Alright, I got a hot video for you guys. So, this is a backpack that I wanted to try for quite some time. They're the Veto Pro Packs. They're fairly expensive. And I kind of had to work my way up to get to this one. But this is my first impressions slash first day using this backpack. Um, really, I didn't see a lot of videos on using this TechPack LT. So this is the laptop one that they have. Um, there's some little videos out there, snips. I think Veto put their own little promo video out where they kind of spinning around, but nothing diving deep. So this video, I want to focus just on the bag, not necessarily the stuff that's in the bag, just kind of like what the bag's capable of, things I've noticed about the bag, things I like about it, maybe I don't like about it. But really, just I wanted to get a video out there with as much content on the bag itself. Um, for other people to see what this one's about, because like I said, I didn't see much out there, just scraps and pieces of it. So this bag, I paid a little over $300 for. I think it was like 307 after tax. So before tax, it was like 290, and then you throw tax on there, so it's like a little over $300. So you call it a $300 bag. I came from a Tough Built laptop bag, and that was I think $80 where I paid up. They're up to $90 now. So I kind of wanted to see what, if you got the best of the best, what that looks like and what you get with it. So I got some stuff on there. You can kind of see what you can do with it. So we're really just looking at the bag, what you can do with it, and what it has to offer, right? So things that it doesn't offer, doesn't have a water bottle holder on it. My other bag did, but I had this mole attachment one, and it went right through this tape measure mount right here. And I'm not like a full-blown trades, so I don't really need kind of stuff like that. What I'm really trying to use this bag for is controls engineering. So I'm going in and out of plants, like automotive plants. I got my laptop on me. I got network gear on here, a couple hand tools. Working with sensors back and forth. Proximity sensors, limit switches. You're making adjustments to those so you can make your signals in the programs, right? So that's why I wanted something with tools and my laptop. And to me, this looks to be the best of the best. So really just looking at what you can do with it. You have pockets on the outside. This is like my quick access one here. So I have some stuff in here. It expands a little bit. Like I said, I'm trying not to focus. It's hard not to, but try not to focus on what's in here, but mainly what the bag has to offer. So you have that pouch on the outside. You have this tiny little one. I haven't put anything in here yet. It's fairly small. You can put, you're maybe like 4 by 4 inches there. So you can put a little something in there. The bag does fold open. So whatever you put in there is going to be in that fold line too. So just keep that in mind. You have these couple little sleeves on the outside here. So just the black parts right here. Those are little pockets, so you can put tools in there. Like I'm slipping stuff in there that I'm going to get in and out, and it kind of lightens up my bag and stuff that can handle being outside. If it's raining on me or something, I'll put my phone on my pocket or something like that. But the Klein light, is kind of water resistant. So stuff on the outside, you can get wet, but the bag itself will shed water pretty nicely, so that's really nice. So let's go on the tool part first. So this one, you have about 8 little pockets up top here. You're looking at like something that you can fit in your utility knife. So I got the Milwaukee Fastback. So that about maxes out that hole in terms of volume wise. I have like a couple other things in there. So like you can put a bunch of small things up there. You just have to keep in mind how tall this is. So I do have a tape measure here. So let's look at here. So you got like a screwdriver in there. So this one about maxes it out. So see, I'm almost touching the top here, and I had this insulated screwdriver here. So if you look at how long he is, 7 3/4. So whatever tools you have in here, 7 3/4 is your max height. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your tools. Whatever you have in hand, you can measure that out. So you have those ones. You have a row of smaller ones also in the back here. Those, get this one open, look to be maybe about 5 inches deep to the top of the pocket, and then whatever. If you go up here, if you had something long that you're trying to stuff in here, you got maybe 14 inches. So that's what you're working with there. There's not a really good spot for a mouse. So like I said, I'm carrying a laptop with me. The purpose of the backpack is to carry a laptop with it. But there's not a good spot to put a mouse, except for I found that I can stuff it in one of these large stretchy pockets. So these lower pockets down here, make sure you can see that, yep. So these pockets stretch, the upper ones don't. So these are hard nylon woven ones. But these ones down here are neoprene stretchy ones. So I have my mouse shoved right in there. So keep that in mind if you're using a laptop. You have to find a spot in here somewhere to put a mouse. That's where I found works best so far. So in here I have a couple of network adapters to go from RJ45, stuff like that. So network adapters here. I put all my networking cables in this pouch. So this pouch goes probably, let's see, I want to see how deep that is. I'll measure that out for you guys. So down to this lower stitch. So this pocket up here goes down to this stitch here. So whatever you put in there, you got about 7 inches. And then it's about 11 inches wide. So I have cables spooled up and put in there. You know, it works out pretty well. I got a couple network adapters in there that go from different outputs of the computers to the network. So you can put different adapters in there, you know, whatever. So just keep that in mind. That's what your volume we're working with. Really, I mean, I think there's a couple videos out there with people showing their loadouts in here. One of the biggest things I had a problem with is I like to keep backup power on me. So still trying to stay in the theme of not being able to focus on tools in here. But so I have this Craftsman battery in here. So you can stick, you know, batteries. So if this was a drill, you have that enough room to stick it in here to get it down in there. But you don't have enough room up here. Like if you have tools up here, you're not going to have room for the drill and tools behind it. So keep that in mind. So like I said, I have that shoved down in there. And that's for emergency power backup. If I'm in a plant somewhere, I can get power on my computer. So you could put a drill in here. You have the volume here if you take out some tools in the back. So it depends on what your loadout looks like with, you know, a laptop. So that's the main focus of this backpack, is keeping the laptop aspect of it. Otherwise you go with a different bag if you don't need laptop, right? So I'll fix that later. Not much else in there. Like I said, there's several pockets down here. Those are the stretchy ones, non-stretchy ones up top. These ones aren't stretchy either. You have these couple loops up here for hanging your, you know, your outer shell, you know, the flapper door or whatever, the outer unzipper part. And you can cinch this up whatever height you want to. Some people use this as a little table so you can toss stuff here while you're working. That's great. On this side, you have metal loop here. These are all riveted in, so that's really nice. Like when you go from an $80 bag to, you know, $300 bag, everything is, you know, stitched heavily in. All your corners are riveted, so that's really nice. Like that. A couple spots for pens there. Another loop there if you want to hang something off of. I think the electrical tape loop was on here, but I don't need electrical tape, so I took that off. Got backup food in a cup here, so you gotta do what you gotta do. So laptop bag, laptop side. Oh man, this bag's so cool. So this is metal and unhooks. I thought when I bought this bag online that this was gonna be metal. This is plastic, but it's solid plastic. It goes all the way across, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's just something that I noticed that was interesting. That this is plastic. I don't know if it is for the other bags. I know they have several other models with this handle on it. If they're plastic or they change it out for some kind of cast metal or something. So on this side for the laptop, I got a couple. You have this pocket here with like a mesh with see-through on there, but it's a vinyl, clear vinyl here. So whatever you put in there, it kind of helps seals it up, but then you can also see through it. Let's see, get the tape measure. What did I do with it? Put it down. Hung it back. Alright, here we go. Make sure you guys can still see. I'll bring that up. Let's see if you can see there. There you go. So the see-through pocket, got about 5 inches If you go right to the edge, it's about 11.5, so that's what you're working with there. You have another zipper pocket here. I don't have anything in here yet, but that goes down to this lower stitch line down here. So you have about 8.5 inches, 11.5 again also, that's how wide you are. A couple pen pockets here. You have a tablet pocket here. I just got a couple little note cards and stuff in there. Got case here. You could probably put like a cell phone in there if you wanted to. I have USB stick box in here, so I have a case where I keep all my USB sticks, a tin that I can pull out. Still trying to work it in, but that's what I have there. Laptop wise, so this was important to me. So I have a 15.5 inch diagonal laptop. And that fits in here nicely, so there's a little bit of room here. So I think you can get maybe a 17-inch laptop in here, but I don't think you can get it in here with an added external monitor. So I carry a Dell Precision laptop. It's 15.5 diagonally, but I also have an external monitor that goes off of the USB-C port. So I have both of these in there, so when I'm set up, I'm too wide, but this pocket, you can fit a fairly thick, maybe like an Alienware laptop in here. You can squeeze one in there, but just the laptop itself, this is pushing it, so it looks a little bulgy when I have these two in here, plus the stuff in front and the cables in here. So I'm almost contemplating finding another means to carry this, just so it doesn't bulge so much. But the zippers take it. They're not really stretching, so I'm not too concerned about the bag. It's just, it looks a little weird, but it feels fine. Look, it's working fine. Not too concerned about the performance of the bag. There's a little bit of room down here, so if I didn't have quite so thick here, I think they showed some pictures of almost like a voltmeter and stuff fitting in here, so I don't really have that room here. I'm not experiencing that much room back here. If I reach down in here, I feel the back of the plastic bottom on it, so I don't really think you're going to fit anything else in here other than your laptops and your stuff in here, right? They have the hook on here, so this was something I'm excited about too. So if I get my laptop out, I can zip this back up, I can turn around, hang my hook on, on plants you have fencing and stuff around automation. That's what I want to hang this on, so hang this up. I got my tools, I got some of my networking stuff on here. So that's what I'm excited about. So I got all these options. The bag is built really nice. Like, you got leather on here, everything's stitched nicely, everything's reinforced. Even the perimeter on the bottom, where the fabric meets the plastic bottom, that's riveted in. My other bag wasn't. It was just only stitched in, so definitely seeing quality there. And then, Veto offers their 5-year warranty with 0 downtime, so that's a really great feature. When you invest so much money in a bag, something happens to it, not like you're abusing it, but something happens to it within reason, you can get it replaced, or they'll give you the loaner bag, and while they're repairing it, they'll send it back to you once it's repaired. If it can't be repaired, I think they'll let you keep the new one that you already have. So I think, that covers it. My thing was, I wanted to make sure my laptop fit in here, extremely stable. When this bag is completely empty, like you take all of your stuff out, it does get wobbly. It doesn't want to stand up on its own. So you got to have something in it, relatively with some mass or some weight to keep it planted. Because this one's a little bit thinner than some of the other models. And I like that because I also plan to use this as a carry-on bag when I fly going to other plants across the U.S. This fits the requirements for a personal item, so I can stick it underneath the seat in front of me in the plane. Obviously, I'll take all my tools and stuff out and put it in checked baggage, but I can at least keep my laptop and stuff in there, and I'll keep my batteries and stuff on me, and that'll be just fine. It'll fit underneath the seat, no problem. So that's why I really wanted this particular bag. It's got the size that I want, the quality that I want. So yeah, this is my deep dive into it. Everything looks really nice on it. Not sure really what else to show on it. This stretches out a little bit. This pocket's stretchy for your tablet to keep it nice and snug in there. I guess I can show you the bulging I was talking about. So I get this all tightened up, strap on there, zip this up. I guess the zippers are awesome. I think they're the YKK zippers. So this right here, like it's tight. It's kind of bubbling out onto the back part right here. But this cushion, these cushions, they push in quite a bit. So it's not like it's right up there and there's no give to it for your back or your spine, right? Tuck that back in there. Close this up. That's really nice. I like that. So you got a nice handle. That takes some of the load off of your seams here. So these are, you know, how quadruple stitch here. You know how many other layers are going through there, but you're taking some of the load off with this bracket and spreading it out onto this plastic pad here that's stitched in also. So you're spreading all the weight out. So some of these backpacks, they get, you know, crazy heavy when you load them up with tools, you know, your laptop gear and stuff like that. So it's nice seeing that they're spreading the weight out and they're not letting it all fall in a particular area and create a weak spot, right? Yeah, it's a really nice bag. I'm happy with it. Today is my first day using it, so I'll have another series of videos where I'll have like maybe like a month review, maybe a year review and stuff like that. Overall, pretty happy with it. Thanks.